Hello, my name is Maya Mussel. I am from Oxford, Connecticut, and I am an undergraduate student at WPI studying environmental engineering. Oxford is a small town in New Haven County, and I would consider it a farm town more than anything else. And the way that I grew up basically in the middle of the woods. Definitely was formative to the types of careers that I'm into now, because I was informed of the beauty and importance of nature from a very, very young age, and I've always wanted to spend my time around and in it. In August of 2024, Oxford was hit with the worst flooding it's ever experienced, breaking rainfall records that had been held since the 1950s. All of this was enhanced by the terrain of Oxford, which is incredibly hilly, so all of that water was washing away homes and bridges at much higher speeds, and it was all being funneled into smaller tributaries such as 8 Mile Brook, which is actually on my parents' property, and there was the most damage that I'd ever seen in my life that had happened that day. The brook had essentially doubled its width and taken all of the surrounding flora with it. It uprooted trees that had been growing there for at least 100 years and moved boulders. During this time, I felt pretty isolated because I was the only one at my school going through something like this, and I wasn't able to offer support to my family or my friends or my community when they really needed it. It was also a bit surreal seeing something so big and immovable and unchanging as the nature in my backyard being completely destroyed at a whim because of climate change. Also, knowing that the ecological damage that had been done to my backyard was one of the better outcomes of this flooding was incredibly humbling, because there were people that died, there were people that were injured, there were people that had lost their homes, their cars, the people had been displaced. So the community was insanely impacted by this as well. My motivation to work towards a career in sustainability and environmentalism is driven by faith in the good of human nature, especially in the midst of disaster. This flooding proved to me that nothing brings people together more than knowing they're needed by their community. A woman on my street had her entire house wash away, and enough people pulled together enough money to get her a new house. I need to be optimistic in order to keep being productive, because I'll feel like I have something to work towards, and stories such as the flooding in my hometown give me something to work towards, especially with the community in mind. And I feel like sharing my story is a small step towards raising awareness for communities impacted by climate change.